Hi guys, this is our newest addition. I don't think you've met Mrs. Benny yet. She is a big giant white California giant. Where you going? Where you going, sweetness? This little guy, he doesn't have a name. Oh yeah, JT named him Bugs, of course. Of course. Okay, here they are. They're starting to get along. Mrs. Duck's kind of a bitch to them, but if they get too bad, we'll separate them. Anyway, they're pretty dang cute, though. They're still scared of me. The evil axe murderer. I haven't even butchered anything yet. Told you she was a giant, guys. Because that's a giant cage. And that's like a 3-gallon bucket. Look at that. Hi, Big Mama. She's alright too. Pretty gentle. Very happy and content. And I think that's all the animals, guys. I'm not going to show you the dogs because they won't cooperate. You can hear one now, I'm sure. Anywho, we are off to look at garden stuff. And then we will chat at the end. Okay, guys. First garden plant I'm going to show you is the one I did not grow. Read that? Yeah, no lie. That is a 9-pound cabbage. Well, it was. I pulled a couple gigantic leaves off. You could freaking make a shelter in the woods out of one of those, guys. Talk about an umbrella. Thing's bigger than our head. Twice the size of a head. Anyway, here's breakfast for Mrs. Benny. 2 giant cabbage leaves, big handful of clover and grass, and some snap peas from the farmer's market. Anywho, little lady that grew that should be mighty proud. Okay, I said we were done with animal care, but I thought I'd let you guys see how she enjoys her breakfast. That's really breakfast and lunch. She's got pellets too. Fresh made salad right from the farm, guys. Okay, so these are my red cabbages. I know people hate it, but it's a superfood. Extremely good for you. Better for you than green cabbage. Little pepper plant. That is a little jalapeno plant. It's still too small to go in the ground. These all are getting in the ground today. Those are sunflowers, guys. More pepper plant. They got little blossoms on them. This one too. Oh my, I love this one. This is my Japanese eggplant. I have a gorgeous flower. And a strawberry that needs to come out of there and go in the ground. Giant bag of sunflower seeds. I think the guys want to plant a whole fence line of those. This is my one of my Brussels sprout plants. I think I'm going to leave it in a pot and just see what it does. These are little, I believe, well, these are pak choy or bok choy, little lettuces. I don't know what everything is because I didn't start all these from seed. My landlord did. I'm not sure what these are. And these are all of his tomatoes that have to go in the ground, preferably today. Those are just random mixes. These are little wildflowers that I dug up from around, and I'm going to plant probably near the cabin or somewhere down by the food forest. Once again, no clue what these are. The landlord, he marks them with a letter and a number, and I have to go into my phone to look them up. So they're not really important anyway. These are a bunch more sunflowers, just kind of starting. These don't look that great, but they are ready to go in the ground too, and they are eggplant. These are my little eggplants that I got from Baker Creek. We got 6 of them. 2 are smaller, but that's okay. Look at that. These are white eggplant. These are more, if I'm not mistaken, these are Brussels sprouts. A tomato I want to grow in a pot. We'll see how it does. It may need a bigger pot, of course, but it's alright for now. These are my celeries. I've never grown celery before, guys. I got 4 of them. Grown those in a pot too. Oh Lord, what else? My strawberry patch has gone to shit, guys. Look at all those freaking weeds. So I'm going to gently take them all out, till that up, and put them back, because they're pretty dang tough. This is my blackberry plant that I brought from my dad's, and it's actually doing really good. And so is the raspberry plant. It's quite a bit different, but it's doing good too. So it's got random things in between. These are cantaloupe. I don't know about everybody else, but my mother taught me to pull off all dead and yellow growth. That way the rest of the plant isn't robbed of these leaves that are pretty much useless. So I do that. Everybody's different. Sorry, my OCD got the best of me. The plant was trying to take over. Okay, these I am super proud of, guys. These are the potatoes that my daughter had sprouted through the bag in her pantry. And that is about the biggest pot we have on this farm. I did leave a few inches that I could add more dirt, which I'll probably do today, but I mean, those got off to a start right in her pantry. Should have thrown them away if I hadn't been there. These are Steve's. This is all getting planted at the food forest, random fruit trees. I have no clue what they are. We'll get to know them later down the road if we're here, guys. That doesn't mean anything. I just say that because we never know about tomorrow. So, he has tons of strawberries too. He's got elderberry plants, blueberry plants. He even bought a couple rows of Sharon plants. How awesome is that? And these are more cantaloupe. That one's got to get a hole, get in the ground today. All cantaloupe. These are little watermelon plants. These guys are mystery melons. Bob sends me up stuff and it's supposed to be labeled, but it's not. Oh, that one was, so it's a Z7. I'll come back after I've read up and explain what they are later. That one's doing great. I have no clue what that is. Same here. Almost a whole tray and no labels. I mean, it's not that hard, to figure. You just look what it's growing later, So guys, when I'm talking a garden, I'm not talking a little garden. This is the garden. I'm just putting stuff in the ground because this is a whole process where they have to melt these holes. If you cut it, then it frays, so you gotta melt them. And then everywhere a plant didn't survive, you gotta go back and put another one in, which we already have started, so it's not like we're starting seeds this late. So I am kind of proud of my corn. This is just the beginnings of my corn. I try to grow all non-GMO, which my corn is. But I do have some dollar store seed packets that I'm trying to use up, so not a big deal. But yeah, they're getting there. These haven't sprouted up yet, but they will soon. A couple of them have. And that's probably because I probably put a little more soil on them than I should have. But, oh, the food forest, guys. They've tilled it. We've done a lot of tilling and some planting over there. We have a huge double row of sweet potatoes. Steve got some shallots planted, and there's raspberry bushes. And we're going to plant more tomatoes over there. Oh, I didn't show you my tomatoes. Decent little row of those too. I think there's about 22. 22, I think, in this row. Some little ones at the end. Anywho, guys, it's hot. They ran water down here, though, so that's awesome. All right, gotta go. Good morning, guys. Look what I found on my little seed pots. Not sure what the heck he's doing. But I didn't pick. I dug up these wildflowers yesterday. I want to plant them. And I see that some of the little petals have fallen onto my seed trays. Isn't he beautiful? He absolutely loves these wildflowers that I dug up. Isn't he beautiful? That's not me shaking this time, guys. That's a busy little butterfly. Curious how close he'll let me get. Oh, that close. Look, guys, I found this when I was planting. It's a fossilized clam. It's so cool. Isn't that awesome? Anywho, just thought you'd find that interesting. Hi guys. I hope you can see me. It looks really shadowy on my video, on my screen, but how are you? I am good. Busy. I have a million projects and only one me. Dang it. Where's those clones? I ordered them bitches years ago, but go figure. Anywho, until they arrive, it's just me. Till evening, so once the guys are off, they kick gas. I already had my video pretty much ready. I just needed to set chat for a while to add on the end. And then they did a bunch more work last night, and I can't wait to show you. Once I'm done with my chat, I'll get a little clip of what they did last night. It's freaking awesome. It's coming together little by little. Oh, guys, life is strange. My thoughts tend to run away sometimes. Kind of torn. I get to go see the kids and the grandkids and my dad in July, middle of July. Well, first week of July, and stay for a couple weeks, but I need to be with them, but I need to be here getting things ready in case shit gets bad and they need to come here. So, anywho, we won't get into all of that. I just know I get my family fixed soon. Be nice. And we got a ton done over at the food forest. Mostly it's all been prepping. We're finally getting to plant over there. It's nice. I'm going to go plant some stuff over there today. Today on my to-do list of plant-related jobs is to plant Steve's Jerusalem artichokes, which are already up to probably, I want to say about knee-high. It'll be fun. I've never even seen them up close, so learning experience for me. I get to go back through a row of garlic and put new garlic in where any garlic didn't sprout. I get to transplant a bunch of strawberry plants. I get to plant snap peas. People say that's a cold weather veggie, but I grew them in Washington and it was hot as shit, guys, and they thrived. So I don't know, maybe the key is give them a little bit of shade. I don't know, but I'm going to plant them anyway. Who knows, some of that stuff that's getting planted late, we may get an Indian summer, so I'm going to hope for that. And then anything we planted late will still have time to reach its harvest. But man, guys, we got so much stuff, like, got to get these in a pot. More bag-grown potatoes. Everybody does that. I eat my potatoes. Look at this one. I eat my potatoes before they have time to sprout in a bag. And if I want to grow some, I have to actually make myself leave them alone. But it seems like everybody kind of lets onions and potatoes go. So I'll plant them. I want to know what kind of bird that is, guys. I can't believe I can't see it. Well, it's very happy, whatever it is. I'm sorry I left the air conditioner running behind you guys. It's just one of those days. I didn't think about it affecting our sound until I just... hoping you can hear that bird like I can. Anywho, guys, I've learned a lot. Had a lot of time to think. Excuse me. Hello? I'm on the phone. Excuse you. Man, I wish I could get a video of that, guys. It's freaking gorgeous, whatever it is. I'm going to Google it when I'm done. It's like a tan and white. It looks like a little magpie, but it's tan and white instead of black and white. Okay, he's gone now. I'm glad I got to see that. So, yeah, I got you guys some really good clips of what I've been doing and growing, and I mean, I'm not making excuses. It's just so hard for me to even want to set the camera up when I'm just digging in dirt, and then I go from dirt to wash, and my hands are still wet, and then I go start doing something else, and it's just, my hands are busy. Yes, I could keep a towel on hand and dry them off and click this and click that, but it seems to be easier for me right now just to take video of what I'm doing, and then when I get a bunch together to put my chat about what I'll what. But seeing it come together, I can't help but think about the guy that invited me here. Well, my Lord above invited me here, but through the human that he used to tell me so. he left, which is a big relief, but it's also sad in my heart. We were friends for a while, you know. We were friends for probably about, I'd guesstimate, between a year and a half. And I only exchanged phone numbers with 3 YouTubers to my knowledge. One is you, Dennis. One is my friend, Jason. We've met him. He's a good guy. He's like a brother. And then this one that invited me here, and we had so many plans, guys. Like, we talked about all the kind of same stuff for a year, and then one day he texted me, and I said, it sounds like we're kind of in the same boat, because we were getting ready to relocate out in Washington. We didn't know if we were going to move local or if we were going to move where. And I said, it seems like we're kind of in the same boat. And he texted me about a day later, and of course you guys remember my little John boat, my aluminum John boat I had that my dad gave me. Well, he texted me a couple days later, and he's like, tell me about your boat. And I'm like, oh, it's a 14-foot aluminum. And I get like halfway through the message, and I'm like, oh, you mean about my lifeboat? I said, well, it's time here is coming to an end. We're going to be relocating. And I said, but, you know, no matter where we end up, I can make a place for you if you need a place. And he said, no, actually, I was thinking I might have a place here for you. And I'm like, well, we'll talk that over. And we did. I talked it over with JT, and we decided to come give it a try. And he can call me what he wants, but I have all my messages saved, of every word of every conversation. Not because I ever thought I'd needed him, but just because it was, you know, part of how things came to be. But anywho, so I get here, and apparently what it came down to was he didn't like JT. So because he didn't like JT, he treated JT like shit for a couple times, and then basically told us to kick rocks. And we were going to, but we didn't. And so now, you know, he left. So I didn't think about it for a while. And then now that the garden stuff's coming together, and the guys are working on the shower, and all the stuff that he said was we were going to do, we're doing without him. And I can't help but have him come to mind, you know? It's like, I hope you're happy, dude. I mean, sorry you didn't like my man, but you didn't have to kick me to the curb as a friend because of so. I've stayed friends with people for years, and I couldn't stand their mate, and their mate couldn't stand me. But when I came to visit my friend, they stayed in the other room on the computer or cooked dinner or what have you, and left us alone, you know, let us visit. So I guess I figure that's how it would have been, but our friend is back. But it's not that way, and I can't just sit around and be sad. So I'm going to keep the job going that we started, with or without teammates that come or go. And I guess the reason I'm bringing that up is just because I'm not a heartless person, and I felt the need to say that. A lot of my subscribers are that person's subscribers, and a lot of his subscribers came over here, so I don't want people to think I'm a bitch or that came here and did things wrong. I didn't. It just came down to someone didn't get along with someone else. But anywho, guys, this bird is killing me. You're stealing the show. Come over here and show your face to my friends. So beautiful, guys. As soon as I'm done with this chat, if he's still around, I'm going to try to get him on video for you. But what I really wanted to talk about, guys, learn something new every day. Excuse me. I'm still on the phone. He keeps fluttering up in the air a couple feet and then back down to the tree. So, I'll come closer. So, my landlord got a phone call the other day from somebody that lives about an hour away from here on his old farm that hasn't sold yet. And they were talking about sending some of the cattle from here down there. Might not even be an hour away, but I'm going to guesstimate. And the guy told him that he had come home and found a cow dead. It was a cow that was pregnant. He found the cow dead, and I'm sorry if you're easily grossed out, but this is life and this is happening. The cow had its eyeballs plucked out, and it had given birth to twins, and the twins were partially eaten by, get this, buzzards. Okay? Did you know that there's buzzards that kill livestock? Well, there is. I couldn't believe it. So my landlord's like, what, the buzzards actually killed it? And he said, yes, she was fine when I went to town. He had been gone for a couple hours. And maybe all day, I don't know. Anyway, came home and his cow was freaking eyeballs plucked out and she was being eaten. So I'm like, what the heck kind of buzzards do that, and why haven't I ever heard of them? And then he heard another story about another farmer that had reported that the same thing, and he was told that you can go get a permit to shoot these buzzards. A few of them, not all of them, because they're protected. So a cow with a calf usually runs about $1,500. So with twins, I don't know, you're looking at, he lost a couple grand there, but he's not allowed to shoot, just walk out on his lawn or his pasture and shoot those predators. But yet you can kill coyotes, no permits needed there. So I Googled it, and they're called black vultures, and they come from down south. Apparently they're making their way up here, and there's been many reports of goats and sheep and smaller livestock getting, same thing, attacked by these vultures and killed and eaten. So, you can't help but think if half a dozen of these things will gang up on a 1,500-pound animal and kill it. They're smart enough to peck its eyes out so it can't run or get away. So, think they weren't going to do that to humans, guys? I mean, I'm going to be one of those people that says I'm going to prepare for shit to hit the fan, and if shit don't hit the fan, I'll sit back and relax and put my feet up and know that I've got enough food and medical supplies and drinking water stored for many months. I mean, holy crap, and they're controlling how many get killed, so tell me that's not an overpopulation in the near future. Tell me they're not going to pluck a hitchhiker off the side of the road if needed. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer. So, yeah. And did I tell you we saw our first bear? We did. I might have said that in the last video. If I did, I'm sorry. I'm excited. I've never seen a bear, and I've been from the East Coast to the West Coast. Been down south, southwest, northwest, the Dakotas. Never seen a bear, guys. It was really like a really big dog with a hunchback, and it was really lanky. He ran down the road, zigzagging in front of us for a minute because he didn't know what to do, and then he jumped over a barbed wire fence like it was nothing. Pretty cool to see. So guys, it's just planting, and bottle feeding these kittens. I'm about to start getting videos of them. Don't fall in love. Don't fall in love. I warned you not to fall in love. They are absolutely gorgeous. Blonde-haired, blue-eyed, silky little gray tails, paws. And I was feeding them the goat's milk, and I didn't think they were doing good enough, so since we weaned a couple kittens, I went and put them on the mama, took them right in. And oh my goodness, guys, yesterday they were so fat from nursing that their bellies were dragging on the ground and they looked like an old swayback horse. It's freaking hilarious. So I'll get some video of them later today. I'll save it for my next video. And guys, trying to think in my clips if there's anything I didn't mention. I do have to keep my chickens covered. I found a net, and it was just the right size to cover their pen, and I just clip some clothespins on there. Because until they're the size of until they're adults, I don't think I want to trust them out free ranging at all. Even if it weren't for those other buzzards, we see a lot of them swarming, and they will take a small dog or cat or chicken any day. So will a hawk. So I keep my babies pretty close. I don't know. I think that's all, guys. I gotta go.